Well, a wonderful rendition of Land of My Fathers. The bulk of the Welsh support is to our left. You can pick them out so easily in their red shirts. And to our right, the bulk of the Northern Ireland supporters, but there's quite a sprinkling of Welsh red shirts in there as well. But what a scene. The sun is shining here on the Parc des Princes. Great arena, a famous arena. It's held World Cup matches, European Championship matches. It hosted the first ever European Cup final back in 1956. It's hosted the final stage of the Tour de France. But it's never hosted anything quite like this. This is unprecedented. Wales against Northern Ireland, two of our home nations in the knockout stages of a major tournament. This is different, this is special, and I'm going to be watching it with John Hartson and Gerry Taggart. And you're about to watch the teams that you used to play for going for a place in the quarterfinals. How are you feeling, John?
Nervous, John. I've just shook Gerry Taggart's hand alongside me, so the next time I will speak to Gerry directly is probably tonight in the bar somewhere. But all joking aside, we both want our countries to win, but listen, it's going to take a mammoth effort from either side to win. There's lots of duels out there. It's going to be tight, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Gerry?
Excited, not nervous whatsoever. Northern Ireland have nothing to lose. What I will say is it is a little bit tight in the commentary position here, and myself and John are, not averse to chucking an elbow or an arm out, and it may get a little bit cagey here today. So, John Murray, you better watch yourself.
I will. Watch out for the flying arms. Gerry Taggart, who won 51 caps for Northern Ireland. John Hartson, who won 51 caps for Wales. So it's all level as we start. Wales against Northern Ireland. The teams: Hennessy in goal for Wales, Chester, Williams and Davis, the three central defenders, Gunter and Taylor, the wing-backs, Joe Allen, Joe Ledley, Ramsey, Bale and Vokes. They're in a huddle at the moment. And Northern Ireland with Michael McGovern, the hero, here in this stadium when they only lost 1-0 to Germany. That got them through to the last 16. Hughes, McCauley, Cathcart and Evans, the back four. And the whistle goes. And we're underway in the last 16 between Wales and Northern Ireland. And the rest of that Northern Ireland team: Norwood, Corey Evans and Stephen Davis in midfield, Ward and Dallas in the wide positions, and Lafferty up front. Kyle Lafferty, 17 goals for Northern Ireland, including 7 in the qualifiers. He has been something of a talisman during the course of this tournament, the qualifying tournament, and into the finals, where he has yet to score, and this is his first start since the opening group game against Poland. And here he is now, Lafferty, leaping high in the white shirt of Northern Ireland today. Ledley heading the ball back towards the edge of his own penalty area, where it's played out to the right hand side here for Chris Gunter, the ever dependable Chris Gunter. 71 caps today. Long forward from him, and Northern Ireland have got it back inside their own half. Both of the managers, Chris Coleman and Michael O'Neill, standing in their suits on the edge of the coaching area, and they of course have never experienced anything like this before. New management experience for the two of them, taking a team into the knockout stages of a major tournament. So what sort of games it's going to be, John?
I think it started, lots of 1 or 2 balls have been hit long. I think if you look at Lafferty, the big tall striker for Northern Ireland, similar for Wales as well. Early on we've seen a few aerial duels, but I just feel if we can get Gareth Bale in the game, in space, here we go.
Yeah, the ball is headed back as Bale puts Johnny Evans under some pressure there, but Evans was able to head it back to goalkeeper McGovern. It's a beautiful day as well, not too hot, and we have an English referee and assistants in Martin Atkinson, Stephen Child and Mike Malarkey, as Aaron Ramsey is fouled in centre field, and it's a free kick to Wales inside their own half.
Yeah, well, Wales Aaron Ramsey just playing a short one here to Joe Allen, just trying to get a feel of the ball early on, get plenty of passes in.
And Ramsey back to the shaggy head Joe Allen on the halfway line, who, as we've said, has been having an excellent tournament. Wales coming through with that exceptional win, the 3-0 win against Russia. Oh, and there's a mistake by Aaron Ramsey, who just took his eye off the ball near the touchline, down in front of us, and it rolled under his boot and out of play for a throw-in to Northern Ireland. Michael O'Neill looking very calm there, and Johnny Evans in absolutely no hurry here as he walks across, very composed to take this throw.
Yeah, Johnny Evans, he just wants to slow things down early on, because Wales, they're going to try and pass the ball around at the back and work their way through the pitch. They'll probably have, the majority of possession today purely based on the way they've set up at the back. They're going to keep playing that ball across the back, as we see now. And so it's important when there's breaks in the game, just take your time, lads, get your breath back, set yourselves back up in good positions and go from there.
Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0. You're listening to it on BBC 5 Live at Euro 2016. All of the matches now you'll hear here on 5 Live. That is the plan. Well, subject to change. Who knows what might happen in the news world. But Bale now left-footed, long and forward. But that is comfortably headed away, and it bounces out of play off Aaron Hughes for a throw-in to Wales on the left-hand side. Jerry, what about Aaron Hughes playing at right back? The talk had been that it may well have been Paddy McNair, but he stuck with Hughes. Yeah,
it's a brave decision again from Michael O'Neill. People had concerns over Aaron Hughes' fitness. He hasn't played a game since the end of January, and he's coming into this game with 2 quick games in succession. But for a player to Michael, he's made the decision. Aaron feels happy that he's fit enough to start. He's got to use all of his experience today to make sure he gets through this. So
Aaron Hughes winning his 103rd cap today, long and forward from the right back, but it's straight through to goalkeeper Hennessy in the end to our left. Lovely splash of colour, the red to our left, the green to our right, and they are bouncing, the Northern Ireland supporters in the stands of the Parc des Princes, with Bale and Ledley, the bearded Ledley, playing it to the right hand side now to Gunter. And Wales, red shirts with the white trim, white shorts, red socks, giving it to Bale in the centre circle. Bale, who's been very deep in the opening stages, and then he sends a pass sailing high above the head of Taylor and out of play for a Northern Ireland throw.
Yeah, Ireland John are playing quite deep, and I think that is to not let Gareth Bale any space in behind. You've seen Gareth once or twice pick it up, try the long sort of crossfield pass. One has just been overhit. And Northern Ireland, for me, John, already in this game, you can tell they're not allowing Aaron Ramsey any time on the ball. Rambo already twice have let the ball run under his foot, and the other time he gave the ball away where there was 3 Northern Ireland players almost swarming him in terms of closing him down.
And already I notice Oisin Roberts has just come out and had a word with Chris Coleman. So they've seen now how Northern Ireland are going to deal with this, as the ball is played away from the back up towards Lafferty, who heads it infield. Ward's after it, and there's a collision there between Williams and Ward, and it was his upper arm, Williams, on Ward, who was stooping for it. Free kick Martin Atkinson gives Northern Ireland's way.
Yeah. Just catches him there, John. It's not a dangerous one, to be fair to Ashley Williams. He knows he's not getting the ball, but he keeps his arm low and hits Jamie Ward on the top of the shoulder, not in the face. It's a good decision from the referee, because it could have been a little bit different if he's seen it a different way.
Free kick. Lafferty's going to take this. Could have been nasty, that, actually, but he's okay. Ward didn't need treatment. It's a free kick. Northern Ireland, remember, dangerous from the set pieces, and it is going to be played square by Stuart Dallas. Now the ball lifted in deep. They're looking for Lafferty inside the box, who heads it back across the edge of the 6-yard box, but the whistle has gone, and it's a free kick to Wales inside their own
really
half.
Well worked free kick though, Jerry, wasn't it? You said they played the short one into Norwood, and then Lafferty peels away onto Chrissy Gunter, the Wales sort of wing back here, and he knows he's got the beating of Gunter in the end. He actually won the header. Not too sure whether Lafferty was aware that he was offside, but a very well worked free kick there, right off the training ground, Jerry.
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of that today, John. The movement off the ball, Michael O'Neill, he works very hard on his set pieces, and there you've seen lots of movement, causing Wales a bit of a problem.
5 Live here in Paris. Jerry Taggart, John Hartson, part of the commentary team. Northern Ireland supporters still bouncing away. I don't think they're going to stop. Ball played forward from the left-hand side, but that's got way too much on it, and it will bounce through from Ben Davis to goalkeeper McGovern at the other end. He was asked, Michael O'Neill, about Michael McGovern and the form that he's in, and he just said, Michael O'Neill Yeah, I've seen him play for Hamilton week in, week out, and he said he makes and has to make lots of saves for Hamilton. And he also significantly said, I've seen him save lots of penalties as well. Well, we've already had one penalty shootout at Euro 2016. If you've been out and about on this Saturday afternoon, Poland knocked out Switzerland on penalties in our first commentary match of the day, the first game of the last 16. So Poland are through to play Croatia or Portugal. This match, the winners of this, will go to Lille on Friday night, 8 o'clock UK time, to play in the quarter-final against either Hungary or Belgium. Ball played forward from the back by Gareth McCauley, but it's cleared away by Taylor, the goal-scoring hero against Russia. And now Joe Allen is beaten in the air by Davis, but Wales have tidied it up at the back, and Ashley Williams played here to the right-hand side to Gunter. Wales at this stage, patient approach. They're not looking to overcommit themselves downfield either. Allen and Bale in that deep position, looking to pass it around in central third. But Northern Ireland don't care about that, Jerry. They're very happy to let the opposition have possession.
Well, straight away, on this right-hand side, Wales's right-hand side, if you look at Gareth Bale when he's coming short to try and receive the ball, Johnny Evans, who is playing left-back, is man-to-man on him here. He's not giving them an inch to try and get the ball. Okay, he's dropped off him there, but the last two times he's been right beside him.
Here's Bale, first time running at the Northern Ireland defence down the right-hand side, gets the cross in, took a deflection off the defender, comes back to Joe Allen, and then infield, Ledley, little pass, no, that's short to Ramsey. Northern Ireland looking to break now, and they do, in centre field, with their captain Davis. Davis now towards the right-hand side, Ward is there, Davis continues his run, Lafferty in the middle as well. Danger for Wales here. Ward angles it back towards the edge of the D. It's worked to the left-hand side. Dallas with a shot! And Hennessy dives to his right to push it away behind. And the first chance of the game, the first real chance, Northern Ireland.
Well, that was an absolute brilliant breakaway. Hit Wales on the counter-attack there. Managed to work the ball out to the right-hand side to Jamie Ward, who was a little bit hesitant, but had the peace of mind to just drag it back to the edge of the box. They got it out wide to the left to Stuart Dallas, who hit it first time on his wicker left foot, but it was still a good shot on target, which troubled Hennessy. We've got a corner. Good play from Northern Ireland, though.
Yes, it was. It was an effective break. Cross from Ward, eventually setting up Dallas for the shot that was saved by Hennessy. Now here's the corner. Ward plays it in, too close to Hennessy, who's able to catch it comfortably and overarm it out for Ramsey. Ramsey now is challenged as Norwood came across and just deflected it out of play on the far side. John Hartson.
Northern Ireland will take a little bit of confidence from that. It was a fantastic strike from Dallas, but it'll be good for Wayne Hennessy, who's at full stretch, by the way. Really good save. Could only palm it round his post for a corner for Northern Ireland. So Northern Ireland will be feeling really confident, knowing full well they can get shots in at Wales's goal early in this game.
Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0, with 10 minutes played. But Wales coming forward. The ball is whipped across from the left-hand side from Davis, but that's way beyond anyone in a red shirt, and it's out of play for Northern Ireland's ball. So 0-0 here in the Parc des Princes, down in the southwest of the French capital. Brilliant sporting part of the city where we are here, John. Roland Garros is just up the road. You come out of the stadium, turn right, down the end of the street, turn left, turn right, and Court Philippe Chatrier and everything else is there. Yeah. And we're very close to Longchamp as well for the horse racing.
Well, I'm not interested in the horse racing.
No, I know that. PSG, it's a beautiful day out.
PSG also play here, the champions of France.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And the stadium has been upgraded quite brilliantly. Normally it's red, white and blue in here. Today it's red and green. And it's 0-0, Wales and Northern Ireland. And here's Dallas, who had that chance. A 1-2 with Lafferty. Dallas's ball into the edge of the area, straight at Ashley Williams, who's able to clear it away downfield. And Sam Vokes of Burnley heads it back to Gareth Bale of Real Madrid. Here is Bale now with his hair tied up, looking for Ramsey. It's gone all the way through to Michael McGovern, who allows that to bounce harmlessly into his midriff, Jerry Taggart.
Yeah, a good bit of play, good passage of play from Gareth Bale there. Aaron Ramsey's made the run across the face of the goal. Gareth Bale was able to pick him out, but it was just behind Aaron Ramsey, and all he was able to do was flick a heel at it, and safely went through to Michael McGovern. He stood his ground, and used that confidence he's brought into this game from the Germany game. Just stood his ground and collected that ball pretty easily. But there we see what Gareth Bale's capable of. he's taken 2 Northern Ireland defenders out of the game straight away.
Yep. Here's Ramsey then on the left-hand side. As with the other Wales match that I've seen at the tournament, Aaron Ramsey is popping up in all sorts of places. This time on the left-hand side. Eventually the ball back with McGovern, who clears downfield into Wales territory. About 3/4 of the pitch at the moment in bright sunshine. And Kyle Lafferty winning the ball back in centre field from Chester. So the white shirts of Northern Ireland have got it back, but a careless pass by Corey Evans. It's out of play for a throw into Wales here on the right-hand side. The pitch looks absolutely terrific here, by the way, which hasn't been the case with a number of the pitches at Euro 2016. And let me tell you, if you don't know already, the groundsman, Jonathan Calderwood, is from Northern Ireland. He's from Clough in County Antrim, and they love him here. They say he does a great job. And his pitch is now being played on by his countrymen, who have the ball 10 yards inside their own half with Stephen Davis.
I was saying before the game, John, in pre-commentary, that Joe Allen doesn't hit 50-60 yard balls, and he's tried 2 already in this game, and they've both been intercepted. Joe just needs to settle down, just play his normal game, which he's been terrific up to now.
Northern Ireland with Norwood, but put under pressure by Ramsey, and that's forced the error, and Wales have got it back in their own defensive third. So still 0-0 here. BBC 5 Live. The other commentary to come today, that will be live from Lille, north of here. Croatia and Portugal. Danny Mills and Alan Green will probably be there now, I would imagine. Here's Alan now driving forward, playing the ball down the right-hand side. Gunter pushing up well. Gunter's deep cross, looking for Bale. 3 Northern Ireland defenders around him, and they've managed to crowd him out, put in the challenge, and Northern Ireland will break now. On the left-hand side, carried forward towards the halfway line and over it by Dallas. Dallas just delays and then lifts his pass forward for Lafferty to chase. Williams comes across, stretches, makes contact, and it eventually finds its way back to Hennessy.
Yeah, it's good defending. Sorry, John, it's good defending from Ashley Williams. Covered that ball from Stuart Dallas. I just thought Stuart Dallas there, he should have just... He was one-on-one with Chris Gunter. Why go and have a go at him? There's nobody else within 20 yards here. Just go and have a go down this left-hand side, see what he's got. Instead, he chose the play to flick a little ball over the top where Ashley Williams came round and covered it. Just when you're in those positions, you want your wide players to be nice and positive. 1v1s, go and have a go.
So still 0-0 between Wales and Northern Ireland. Both countries appearing in the knockout rounds of a major tournament for the first time since the World Cup in Sweden in 1958. So the ball's headed back by Hughes, but comfortably and in mature fashion, as you'd expect of Aaron Hughes, to goalkeeper McGovern, who made, in the end, 8 excellent saves. Particularly, I felt the save diving to his left with his fingertips to keep the score down against the Germans, and therefore make sure that Northern Ireland got into the last 16 as the last placed, if you like, of the best third place teams in the groups. Here's Bale inside his own half, knocking it back to Ben Davis of Tottenham, who sees it all the way back to Hennessy. Right-footed first time pass from him to James Chester, and Chester now Wales number 5 up to the blonde-haired, not quite as blonde-haired as it was, I don't think. It's beginning to fade. Aaron Ramsey, now Gunter, infield, Allen there, and Gunter was caught late there. Challenge came in late from Dallas, and it's a free kick to Wales, 15 yards inside the Northern Ireland half.
Yeah, it's a foul, nothing more than that. It's Dallas on Gunter, just a little bit late, but nothing really intense, but right decision from Martin Atkinson. Not been too busy in the first 15 minutes of this game, but correct decision there. Aaron Ramsey over the ball, looking to swing it into the Northern Ireland box.
Martin Atkinson, all in black, just spoke to Dallas. Free kick then, Ramsey plays it in, glancing, header on by Volks, but that's beyond the run of Ashley Williams, and it bounces through into the advertising hoardings. Great noise inside the stadium with the Wales supporters, many of them I can see shielding their eyes from the sunshine, and it's a goal kick that Michael McGovern is waiting to take.
I think, John, I don't know what you think, Jerry, both teams have looked a little bit nervous, and because of that I think there's been a little bit of lack of quality, Jerry. You know, in certain stages of this game, Dallas, you're just saying there, could have gone at Chris Gunter. If he'd have been relaxed and confident, he may well have done that. 1 or 2 of the set pieces, Northern Ireland caught offside. Not the best ball there from Aaron Ramsey into Big Sam Vokes. It's just been a lack of quality in this opening, almost 20 minutes.
I think what you'll find, John, in this opening period is no one wants to make a big mistake that may, cause their team to go behind. And so you're right, they're being a little bit edgy. The final ball at times is woeful, especially with the players, what so-called players you said that have good quality. You alluded to Joe Allen for one. But I think as the game goes on and the confidence builds on both sides,
it'll open up a little bit as well.
It'll definitely open up.
Yeah, but I think if what we've seen in the first, nearly 18 minutes now, if this is the pattern, then this could go a long way. And I agree with you. I think certainly signs of nerves out there. Williams, long pass forward towards the edge of the area, looking for Bale. It was headed away by Cathcart. Bale's got it down now, gives it to the left. Taylor, high cross from him, and it's headed down, and Ramsey has put it into the net, but the offside flag was up. The goal does not stand. It was headed down by Vokes, but Ramsey, I think Mike Malarkey, the assistant, got that right. We haven't seen the replay yet, but Ramsey did look to be in an offside position.
Yeah, it's down the left-hand side. It's Neil Taylor with a high ball to the back post. Yeah, he's 2 or 3 yards offside. It's Sam Vokes who gets up above Craig Cathcart, wins a really good header. Vokes climbs really well, heads it back where it come from, but Aaron Ramsey is standing in an offside position. Good decision from the linesman. Yeah,
I'll go back to what I just said before about Sam Vokes. He has the ability to occupy centre halves. He makes it difficult. He's a big brute. He's I would say similar size to John back in his head as well. Nearly impossible to try and get round him. You have to out-jump him. But he got round the back of the defender. He got a jump on the defender basically because he was round the back of him, so it made it easy for him. And it was a good header down.
So it's still 0-0. Wales have had the ball in the Northern Ireland net, but the offside flag was up almost before the ball was actually put over the line by Aaron Ramsey after the initial header from Sam Vokes, who scored 16 goals for Burnley this season as they finished top of the championship table and got back into the Premier League. Throw in for Wales. Gunter takes this back to Chester. Now Allen, but quickly 2 Northern Ireland players all round him. It's deflected out of play. Gunter's going to take this. Throw in halfway inside the Northern Ireland half as Wales play from left to right. The throw to Ramsey. Now Gunter lifts it back over the top. Ramsey on the chase. Johnny Evans is there. Ramsey tangles with him, but Evans comes out with the ball and plays it downfield where Kyle Lafferty is barely able to get a touch on that. 0-0 with Wales unchanged. Same team that started against Russia. So 8 of the team have started all 4 matches so far for Wales. Northern Ireland just making the one change. Lafferty in for Washington. And here's Ledley then inside his own half. Square to Allen. Allen is closed down by Davis, but the ball bounces back to Ben Davis, and then all the way back to Hennessy again. Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0 as Allen. But with Northern Ireland pressing, Wales going all the way back once more to the man in royal blue, Wayne Hennessy, who's made 1 save so far from the shot from Dallas, but other than that, no clear goal-scoring opportunities. Hennessy then, a high long ball. Wales go with that. Headed on by Vokes. Headed away by Johnny Evans on the edge of the penalty area. And now Ward tries to win it back for Northern Ireland, but Wales back in possession. Ledley. And here's Chester now. Shuffles forward, gives it to Ramsey. Ramsey plays it through the legs of Johnny Evans, and then Ramsey goes down. Evans looks at him, waves his arms as if to suggest he's thrown himself down there, and referee Atkinson gives nothing.
Well, I'm just looking at it again here. I think Evans is clever. Aaron might have gone down looking for it, but referee decided not to give it anyway. But going back to Wales, John, in terms of when the goal kicks, Wayne Hennessy kicks it an absolute mile. Sam Vokes is going to win the majority of them one-on-one headers at the back. Wales, Ramsey, Bale got to win that second one when Vokes is winning them headers. Got to get onto that second ball.
Nice little piece of industrious work by Stephen Davis for Northern Ireland there. Now Evans has joined the attack. Plays it to the right hand side to Ward. Ward's going to have a shot, which is a couple of feet over the top, and in fact Wayne Hennessy's got his fingertips to that. It's a corner.
Yeah, again, great play from Steve Davis initially. Was under a lot of pressure and managed to wriggle himself out of it. It's a corner kick. It's come to Kyle Lafferty, who again just plays the ball square to Jamie Ward, and it's just being begged to be hit. The Wales defence stayed it back on inside their own 18-yard box, and Jamie Ward had nothing else to do but hit it.
Ward with the corner then. He's down there, little figure, blonde hair. His corner, right-footed to the near post, but it's headed away by a leaping Gareth Bale. Out of play, almost out on the full for a throw into Northern Ireland down in front of us. A ball boy with bright orange shorts tosses the ball for Northern Ireland, and it'll be left to Stuart Dallas, who comes across with his beard and short brown hair. And Dallas just rubs the ball on his Northern Ireland shirt and looks for the movement. Ollie Norwood and Ward are closest to him, and then eventually it's deflected back out of play by Joe Allen. And now the throw. This time it is Ward down the line. Back to Dallas. Dallas throws down by Ramsey. Now Ward with a right-footed cross. Oh, a stooping header away. Completely misjudged by Ledley, and he was fortunate there that Taylor was able to clear it away inside the penalty area. And Wales breaking towards the halfway line with Taylor. Northern Ireland, though, very quickly back in position. And Allen now, he's being hassled by Corey Evans, who in the end actually fouls him, and it's a free kick to Wales near the halfway line. And Joe Allen just has a word with Martin Atkinson as he walks past him, still 0-0.
Yeah, just getting a bit frustrated, Joe Allen. He's not been given the freedom that he certainly was given against Russia. Whenever he gets the ball, it's either Norwood or Corey Evans that time, really sort of getting in amongst Joe Allen. They know he's influential for Wales. You cannot give Joe Allen time on the ball, which Northern Ireland aren't, by the way.
No, completely different prospect this compared to the game against Russia for Wales.
Absolutely, John. He was given all the time in the world, and he was brilliant on the night, but you could say he was giving a lot of room that night, but certainly not happening today.
So far, Jerry, Northern Ireland defending really well.
Yeah, again, when you look at Northern Ireland defensively, that they're really good at regaining the shape, and the communication is key. Johnny Evans and Gareth McCauley in that back line are constantly talking to the lads in front of them, making sure that they are standing in the areas that they want them to stand in, to stop any sort of forward momentum from Wales. And at the minute, you know, it's working for them.
Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0 in the last 16 of Euro 2016. Ball to Lafferty, who heads it under pressure. Davis went with him, and he headed it by a distance over the top of the crossbar.
A decent effort. Good effort from Kyle Lafferty, who got the run on Ben Davis. Got there before him, just got a little bit too much on his header over Wayne Hennessy's bar.
You'd never know it, would you, John, that Lafferty's played so little football this season. Then barely played for Norwich, then had the brief spell at Birmingham.
John, it's almost as if he's been getting his club football, if you like, for his country. Because every time he goes away with his country, he's certain to start. You know, he's very influential for them as a player, feels a big player within the group. And that's where he's been getting his fitness.
John, I think you hit the nail there. You know, he feels a part of it, and when he feels a part of it, his confidence grows. And I think Michael O'Neill, again, you've got to take your hat off to him for that.
Yeah. Here is Bale, now turning away down the left-hand side away from Cathcart. Still Bale in possession. Taylor makes a run. Bale now carrying the ball in field, playing it square to Allen, 25 yards out. Back to Bale. Bale now round the outside, shoots low, but it's a dribbling effort that is cheered to the rafters by the Northern Ireland supporters, because Gareth Bale scuffed it.
You don't see that very often. Gareth Bale trying to work a shot, but he just pulls his shot, pulls across the ball. But I don't see him do many of them, but I think he's desperate to get a shot in, but fails to hit the target that time.
It's a brilliant scene, absolutely packed Parc des Princes, almost 50,000 people in here. I was reminded yesterday, one of the recent games I commentated on, one or two or both of you might have been there, the game at the ill-fated Nations Cup in Dublin a few years ago, when there were exactly 529 supporters watching Wales and Northern Ireland in the Aviva Stadium. Free kick to Wales. Lafferty quite physical there and conceding the free kick. One or two boos. It's Ashley Williams who was on the receiving end, and Martin Atkinson. Again, just a word with Lafferty.
John, this is the advantage of having an English referee or a British referee in a game like this. You've seen two challenges, one from Wales, one from Northern Ireland. None of them have warranted a yellow card. If this had been a different referee from a different country, would you say there'd have been a brandy, you'd have been a more of a chance of him branding a yellow card? Definitely. But there, the referee seen the situation in both challenges. and has used common sense, which I think is fantastic.
Ball played to Chester in front of his penalty area by Hennessy, and then yet again, quickly, Norwood closing him down. Wales just in trouble here, and it's been nipped back by Dallas and from Norwood, but Chester was able to recover. Chester stretching again, and then Davis. Brilliant pressing from Northern Ireland. They've got that absolutely right.
Yeah, their shape, John, it looks really, really good. They very rarely looked in trouble. Wales, I would say, they're trying to get their passing game going, but you know, Northern Ireland, Kyle Lafferty is up there. He's always a target for them. They've got Dallas forward. Aaron Hughes is trying to get forward on the right-hand side, and as Jerry said earlier, they are very, very good when it breaks down of getting back in their shape, making it difficult for Wales to get any possession.
Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0. Few chances, almost half an hour played. Dallas' shot saved by a diving Hennessy. Quite a comfortable save. That's the only one really that we've seen so far. So it's still Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0. Yes, very different to the Old Nations Cup game. I think there were probably 529 people in one of those brasseries in the Port de Saint Cloud when I got out of the metro a little earlier on. They were having a high old time. Our producer Juliet Farrington has put countless pictures of the two sets of supporters on social media. Search @5LiveSport to see them on whatever social media you like to use. The ball's out of play for a throw-in to Northern Ireland. Down in front of us here, Chris Coleman and Michael O'Neill have been on the edge of the areas there for the whole time. Coleman with his arms crossed because Wales have to defend this set piece again. It's going to be Oliver Norwood of Reading who's going to strike this one in.
Yeah, good delivery here from Norwood. We know we can deliver these wide balls. He's an in-swinger, John.
Just keeping an eye on Macaulay, who's obviously a threat. Cathcart is there as well. Lafferty causing a nuisance. It's played in by Norwood, but Joe Ledley saw it, watched it all the way onto his forehead, headed it back out of play.
Well, he got the ball in the right area. There just wasn't enough height on that ball. It was easily defended by Joe Ledley in the end, but that just shows you the quality that Oliver Norwood has. In the first game against Poland, you know, he didn't have it. He came back with a plong against the Ukraine, and today we need someone like Oliver Norwood to make sure that, you know, he sticks the ball on a sixpence.
That's Gerry Taggart, former Northern Ireland defender. John Hartson, former Wales striker, with us here in the commentary position, high in the Parc des Princes, watching the so far 0-0 draw between Wales and Northern Ireland. Here is Gareth Bale, but Johnny Evans keeps it. Norwood does well, skips away from a couple of challenges, but this time Ward is closed down and dispossessed by two or three Welshmen. Taylor on the left-hand side, still inside his own half. Oh, scuffs it horribly as he was trying to hit it downfield. That was sliced almost as badly as Granit Xhaka's missed penalty in the first match of the last 16, which resulted in Switzerland going out of the tournament, lost on penalties. Ball with Northern Ireland in front of their own box. Macaulay goes for a raking pass through the middle, straight up Ashley Williams, back through the middle. Volks leaps high, but then Johnny Evans likewise. That looked like Ward used an arm to bring the ball down, but no free kick, and it's sent forward to Lafferty into the penalty area, but shows too much of the ball to Chester, who's able to take it away from him very easily.
Yeah, it's well defended actually from Chester, because as well Lafferty likes to pick the ball up out here on the left hand side, likes to cut in on his right. Here's Ramsey for Wales.
Oh, good flick header by Volks to Ramsey. Now Bale takes it up, space opening up here for Wales. Gunter with a cross, header away by Macaulay. Taylor with a shot, it's blocked inside the penalty area. Thought Taylor was going to score again.
Taylor can't go 2 in 2 games. Surely not.
Here he comes again, Taylor, but that's blocked away out towards the left-hand side, where Ramsey will allow it to bounce out. Taylor available again if Ramsey wants to use it. Well, for the first time there, one or two spaces opened up as Wales came forward.
Yeah, it was a bit backs to the wall there, John, for Northern Ireland. You know, they were scrambling a bit at times there. It was a good break from Wales. Luckily enough, that final ball from Gunter just didn't reach its final destination, and we've managed to scramble it away.
Yeah, and it actually came, John, from a Northern Ireland attack where Chester did exceptionally well, taking the ball off Lafferty, and that's where maybe Wales will be at their most dangerous when they're countering today, when Northern Ireland have to push bodies up to get near Lafferty.
Yeah, and that just shows the frustration that Kyle Lafferty's got in his game. he tried to take the whole Wales back line on his own instead of holding it up and bringing other people into play.
Totally agree.
Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0. BBC 5 Live, and it is Bale, Gareth Bale, with the ball at his feet, looking up, then sending a high diagonal ball, swinging. Taylor won't reach that. It floated and drifted beyond the dead ball line and bounced over the hoardings onto that blue carpeting that there is behind the goal at each end of the field, which is almost the only reminder, really, once all of the supporters are in the ground, that this is the home stadium of Paris Saint-Germain. When they're empty, you can see the Eiffel Tower here and there, the badge of Paris Saint-Germain, but it's all green and red, and it is 0-0 with Northern Ireland holding their own against Wales, who predictably have dominated possession. Ledley on the halfway line. Ledley to Taylor. It's not too hot. We've had a couple of hot days in Paris this week when it's been quite stifling, but with those heavy rain woke me up, John, during the night last night. I don't know whether you heard it hammering on the windows.
I slept like a baby last night, John.
Did you? Very good. I'm pleased to hear that. And I think that's just freshened the temperature in Paris today, which is good for this game. Oh, here's a chance now for Ledley as the ball is played through by Ledley to Vokes inside the penalty area, but Johnny Evans came across, did a good job on him, and just pokes it away out of play for a throw down the left hand side. The ball just setting Ledley away through the middle.
John, I'll just say, great defending from Johnny Evans. Didn't give Sam Vokes any time to settle on the ball or get turned and create anything else for Wales. Fantastic defending from Johnny Evans.
Throw in, Neil Taylor to take it. The Wales and Swansea left back takes it to Joe Allen. Here it is. Touches from Taylor on the left hand side. His cross is blocked, stays on the field though, and Allen, little ball to Ashley Williams, who joins the attack on the edge of the penalty area. Williams still going, very nearly got through 3 challenges, but in the end it's blocked out of play on the left hand side. Throw in will be almost level with the edge of the Northern Ireland box. Still goalless. Ramsey back to Taylor, then infield towards Ramsey, who's challenged by Norwood, but it's a legal challenge, says Martin Atkinson. I think he was right. And then Joe Allen fouls Norwood, picks up the ball angrily, walks to referee Atkinson, but it is a free kick to Northern Ireland.
Well, I think Northern Ireland are, they've got away with that one for me. Twice that was Niall had a chance to clear the lines, and they didn't, and they got caught out again, and that's in their own defensive third. This has happened over the last couple of games where they're taking chances deep inside their own half, and they got away with this one, giving away a soft free kick by Joe Allen. But they need to be wary of that, Northern Ireland. It's happening once too often for me.
0-0, free kick, Northern Ireland. Lafferty heads it on, headed away by Ben Davis for Wales. Ledley though can keep possession, stretching for it, comes back to Stephen Davis, now to the right hand side. Here's the cross, which is scuffed rather behind anyone in a white Northern Ireland shirt, and Wales have got it back in their own defensive third, which is where Gareth Bale is. Bale put under pressure by Dallas, and that meant the long pass to the halfway line was straight onto the head of Aaron Hughes, who nods it forward now. Nice chest off by Ward to Davis on the left hand side, who holds off Taylor. Ward stayed down, gets to his feet. Ward looks at referee Atkinson and says, well, how about that for a foul on the challenge on him?
John, the referee's seen it, he's not give it. You get up and you get on with it.
Particularly in a game like this.
Correct.
British style game, that's what we were supposed to expect from this match. As Corey Evans gets a touch, takes it away from Ramsey. Now Davis to the edge of the penalty area. Ward is there. Ward now works it to Aaron Hughes on the right. Cross from Aaron Hughes, it's a deep one, and it's headed behind by Gunter, with Dallas arriving menacingly.
Oh, good effort there from Northern Ireland. It's Hughes with the ball, he drills it across, and it's Dallas that's coming on to the ball, but Christy Gunter does ever so well. He's brave, just gets a slight touch to it, takes it out for a Northern Ireland throw-in, but really good defending there on the back post from Chris Gunter.
He really hung well there, Gunter. I thought it was going to fall to Dallas, but Gunter headed it away. So 0-0, throw into Northern Ireland into the last 10 minutes of the first half. Cross from Dallas this time, but that's swirling beyond Lafferty and bounces into the photographers behind the goal. 0-0.
Yeah, it's just typical of the game so far. Some of the build-up play is starting to improve now, but now it's just that final ball. We just need to see, a decent final ball coming into the box so someone can have a realistic chance of getting ahead on the end of it. There you seen again Stuart Dallas, the first time ball from down this left hand side. Good ball into the box, but just slightly overhit. Kyle Lafferty's lurking at the back post, but just didn't have a chance to do anything with that.
Wales, the favourites for this match, 0-0 with Northern Ireland. Although strangely, I noticed Northern Ireland are one place higher in the current world rankings, as the ball is cleared away into the centre circle, where Ward jumps for it but could only flick it on back to Wales, who've got it halfway inside their own half. So Croatia against Portugal to come tonight, live on 5 Live, 8 o'clock, and then tomorrow France, Republic of Ireland and Germany, Slovakia are the first 2 matches that will bring you live on 5 Live, starting at 2 o'clock. Careless pass by Wales, straight out of play.
They've got to come over. Big Sam Vokes, who's done great so far. It's a warm day out there, you know. You need to save your legs as often as you can. But Chester's got the ball in this right back position, and he's looking for someone just to run in the channel, just to give him an out ball. And Sam's staying central, which he's done really well at. But Chester needs an out ball, so Sam Vokes has to get that big body of his over. Be a target for him.
Northern Ireland again down the left hand side with Dallas and Lafferty. Lafferty gets it back and is holding off the challenge, and this is all very physical, and Gunter too physical, says Martin Atkinson. Free kick to Northern Ireland. Gunter's furious.
It's good play from Lafferty though, John, because he's won that free kick. That is good, clever front play. He knows Gunter's all over him. His hands are all over Lafferty's back. And there you go, referee gives the foul now. 7 minutes before half time. Northern Ireland in a really dangerous position.
Really dangerous position. And once again, up they come, Macaulay. And Johnny Evans is actually just standing in an offside position at the moment. It's a free kick on the left wing. It's going to be swung in. And referee Atkinson just talking to one or two of the players in there. So Norwood with the delivery towards the back post. It's a Welsh head that gets there and glances it behind Ben Davis. It was corner from the far side.
Good delivery into the box from Norwood, but Ben Davis again brave. Cathcart all over him. Davis ends up on the floor, but saves his team a potential goal there. Good defending, brave.
It's great defending. John Cathcart gets round the back of him again, which you want. That's an advantage for an attacking player, getting round the back of their defender. But Ben Davis does fantastically well to get that away.
Yeah, in amongst a real gaggle of players. And Martin Atkinson, I see there. I think, crikey, we see this every week in the Premier League, don't we? And he's talking to the same players. And it's a corner then from Norwood on the right hand side, and obviously the pushing continues. Ledley and Lafferty, here it is, it's played in short, a little flick from Ward though, that could have gone anywhere, and it is cleared away by Ashley Williams, who puts his palms apart there, Ashley Williams, as if to say, you know, how were they allowed to take that corner? They've got it again with Ward, Northern Ireland on the right. His cross though blocked out by the outstretched leg of Taylor. Into the Welsh fans, it's bouncing around in all of those red shirts. Throw in.
Yeah, again you just see the movement of that corner. Lots of movement in the corner. So the short one this time from Oliver Norwood. Jimmy Ward's onto it like a flash. Probably wanted his flick to be a little bit better, but Northern Ireland causing problems in the Welsh box with the set pieces.
They're unsettling Wales here. Northern Ireland take the throw. Davis with it on the right hand side. Davis near the corner flag too. Welshman with him, cross in, but too close to Hennessy, who's able to take that unchallenged.
Well, but there you see Steve Davis. In his best, he's got two players round. At his best, he can only get a ball somewhere near the near post. You've got Kyle Lafferty standing at the back post. He has to make an near post run there, John. He has to try and make something out of nothing. That's probably down to a little bit of lack of match fitness from Kyle Lafferty. But you've got to try and make those runs to try and hurt the opposition.
Still 0-0, BBC 5 Live here in Paris. Bale now away from two men and a third. Bale's cross towards the back post, but that will be dealt with quite comfortably by Aaron Hughes, unchallenged, just chests it back to Michael McGovern. So yeah, fits and starts from Gareth Bale.
Fits and starts, but I've got to say, John, Wales have been nowhere near the levels that we know they can play. I have to say that Northern Ireland have tactically, there's a foul there.
Norwood throwing himself into Joe Allen. Free kick instantly given. Joe Allen just gets up, brushes it off, gives Norwood a pat.
I think Northern Ireland have stifled the threat of Bale and Ramsey. As you said earlier on, it's been fits and starts. They've not allowed Ramsey any space. He's got one or two crosses in with his right foot. But I have to say, Northern Ireland, tactically, hard work,
they're basically stopping Wales, and they've also showed from set pieces they can be a threat.
Look, it's not a classic, this match, not by any means, but it does have that British Cup tie feel to it that many people said we should expect.
I just don't think Chris Coleman will be happy with the first half performance. I think they can play a lot better. I don't know what it is. Give credit maybe to Northern Ireland for their tactics, and the way that they're closing down and breaking on Wales, but Wales been nowhere near where we know they can play. This is like watching a performance night and day that we saw against Russia.
Here is Ward for Northern Ireland, up to Stephen Davis. Now again back to Ward, and then Hughes and Ward with a low ball to the edge of the area to Lafferty, but Chester did well, very tight on Lafferty, and Wales have it back. Ashley Williams just plays it to the right hand side, and Gunter now to Bale as Dallas slid in and has caught Bale as well on his ankle. Bale spins to the ground, and the first yellow card is going to come out now for Dallas. Mistimed it really, free kick and yellow card.
I'd like to see that one again, John, I'll be honest with you. I'm not so sure Dallas is even...
Another thing I'd say, Jerry, does Dallas need to go to ground?
No.
Does he need to show his studs? He just gives the referee that option to make a decision.
Yeah, he's not touched him. Has he?
He's just caught his toe.
Caught his toe, yeah. I'll take it back. Is it a yellow card? No. I'm getting a little bit excited myself.
I think it's probably the way that he's slid in there.
Yeah,
and that's my point. He doesn't have to go to ground there, Dallas. I think he gives the referee, the option to book him or not. There's not been a bad tackle in the game.
Dallas is one of the Northern Ireland players who is one booking away from a suspension. So if Northern Ireland get through, he'll miss the quarter-final. Ramsey crossing from the left-hand side, but that's bounced all the way through for a goal kick. So 0-0.
Yeah, it's just been that type of game, John. Whenever Ramsey just whips in a good ball there, it's a really good block. I think it's from Johnny Evans on Gareth Bale, just being streetwise, having a little bit more know-how. Wales have tried to get balls into the box, they've tried to get midfield runners, but it's just not come off for them. Northern Ireland have done really, really well to contain Wales's threat, and they look a threat. They don't. Kyle Lafferty's having an excellent game up there playing on his own.
I think the Northern Ireland supporters have edged it so far, Jerry, in terms of the noise. We've got a little bit more of Will Griggs on fire, even though he hasn't actually got onto the field yet at Euro 2016.
John, we never edge it in the singing stakes. We blitz it by a mile, my friend.
What, against the Welsh?
Well, that's another point as well. You listen to the Northern Ireland fans because they see their team playing really well. Wales actually, they've been magnificent, the Welsh fans, throughout the tournament, but again, would feel not a lot to shout about right now.
And that's the half-time whistle. 45 minutes and no more from Martin Atkinson, and off the teams go. Well, no goals, barely a chance, but I think Northern Ireland with the moral victory in the first half, Jerry.
Well, I think coming into this game, John, all the emphasis was on Wales and the Gareth Bale effect and whatever else you want to put on it. And Northern Ireland, fair play to them, they've started really well, and for 45 minutes they've nullified Gareth Bale, Aaron Ramsey, Joe Allen's passing. They haven't let him settle, and we go into half-time, deservedly 0-0. It's up to Wales now to come out and try and find a way of counteracting what we're throwing at them.
John, you're just showing me there 65.3 possession for Wales.
For Wales, yeah, but John, it's what you do with that possession. That's what's important. And you just look at corners, Northern Ireland 2 to Wales is none, and I just feel Northern Ireland have been better in possession, even though they've only had just over 30%. I just think they've been a bit more of a threat, although Wales did go close with the Aaron Ramsey offside.
So it is Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0 at half-time here in the Parc des Princes, and Kelly Cates is enjoying the home international style experience with us here in the French capital. Thanks, Kelly, and you're going to be taking calls, aren't you? There's a football social after the match to 7:30 UK time, as long as this doesn't go to extra time. We'll see about that in due course, but you can call to speak to Kelly, John Hartson, Jerry Taggart. Robbie Savage is going to join us as well. 0500 909 693, the number to ring. Or you can text 85058 or get in touch now at 5LiveSport. Search for that on social media. Second half begins now with the score Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0, and Northern Ireland white shirts getting the second period underway. No changes, no substitutions at half-time. So it's as you were. I'll run through the teams in a moment. But Northern Ireland with it, with Dallas, who will miss the quarter-final if Northern Ireland get through, having received the only yellow card of the game so far. He wins the throw-in on the far side. Dallas going to take this 8 yards back from the corner flag. This is in the corner of the Parc des Princes, where all of the bulk of the Northern Ireland supporters are. Their green shirts, clearly identifiable. Throw taken by Dallas, gets it back, dispossessed by Allen, and then the challenge comes in on him. Ball still in play on that far side, even though 1 or 2 appeals for it. A throw in. Ramsey turns, uses his backside well there to keep possession and hold off the challenge. Plays it up to Vokes on the halfway line. Ramsey continues his run, but it's nipped away by Johnny Evans for Northern Ireland. And Davis is going to dig a pass out towards the left-hand side, which is challenged for by Ward, and then is hooked away by Chester and cleared further away by Gunter. Then Ramsey wins a header. Northern Ireland win it back though in this centre field. A frantic start to the second half. Frantic half-time for John Hartson, who's been down on the touchline, I believe, talking to our colleagues from BBC Television, because if you're on the way home, this match is live now on BBC One with Guy Mowbray, Jerry Armstrong, Robbie Savage providing the commentary, but you can actually listen to our commentary sync with the pictures via the red button for those who have satellite cable and connected TVs.
That's a wise idea, that, John, I would say.
Well, I'm sure you two fellas, Jerry Taggart and John Hartson, have got all of the connected TVs that you could possibly need to get that. It's 0-0. Wales with Hennessy in goal, Chester, Williams and Davis the central defenders, Gunter and Taylor the wing backs, Alan Ledley, Ramsey, Bale and Vokes, and Northern Ireland with McGovern, Hughes, McCauley, Cathcart and Evans, Norwood, Corey Evans and Stephen Davis, Jamie Ward, Stuart Dallas and Kyle Lafferty. So just the one change for Northern Ireland from the last match, which was Lafferty in for Washington. Wales unchanged. No substitutions at the break. 0-0. Game of few chances. In fact, a game almost of just 2 chances. Here's Lafferty though, running at the Wales defence, and then eventually the challenge comes in on a good 1-2 from James Chester, but it's given away by Wales. And now here's Davis running down into the right flank, still going, is away from Ramsey. Davis crossing low, and Williams is there watching it, hopping on his right foot as he volleyed it away with his left. Shot on the turn from Ward, straight at Ashley Williams, who headed it away. Now Davis again, good stuff from Northern Ireland. Cross is blocked from Stephen Davis, and back it goes towards the halfway line, where they start again. Davis once again receives it from Cathcart. Now a ball into Lafferty on the edge of the box. Ward is there, but he's shrugged off the ball by Joe Allen, and Wales look to break away. Allen with the pass. Gunter was clipped there. It's a free kick to Wales, and I think Dallas knew what he was doing, and he's on a yellow card, Jerry.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful now. The referees had a look at it, realised it was Stuart Dallas, and thought, well, I've given up, and Michael O'Neill may have to think about making a change now, because for sure one more challenge like that, he's off the pitch.
John Hartson.
Well, we saw Chrissy Gunter there trying to get forward for Wales, and he winning the free kick. I think we need Gunter and Taylor on both sides to give us that width. We're playing through the middle a lot, and that's suiting Northern Ireland down to the ground.
Dallas does well on the left-hand side, and then plays it to Lafferty, who's tripped, and it's a free kick to Northern Ireland. Now this is a really good free kick position, not too far away from the left corner of the box, Jerry.
Yeah, again, just looking at that free kick, Ashley Williams not too happy, but it's a free kick. He just caught his knee as he poked the ball past him there, Kyle Lafferty. Again, Oliver Norwood is normally sensational in these situations, John. Do we need a sensational delivery from him right now?
Oliver Norwood, the only one to start all 10 of the qualifiers as Northern Ireland won their group. Stephen Davis, actually Norwood's run away from it.
Yeah, he's not even taking it.
Dallas is going to take it. Stephen Davis just speaks to him. So it is Stuart Dallas of Leeds United who will take this from an angle. 3-man wall put up by Wales, and the central defenders are there. Cathcart, McCauley, Lafferty in between them. Johnny Evans is there too. Dallas waiting. This is a big moment in this game. It's 0-0 on 5 Live, and Northern Ireland have got this free kick that will be played in now by Dallas. In fact, he plays it in low. Davis tees it up, then it's played across to the right hand side, chipped across towards the back post, headed away there, comes out to the edge of the area, and Ward shoots, but the whistle's gone and it was deflected wide in any case.
I think the referee's blown up there for a foul. I think it's Macaulay or maybe Williams. But Wales there getting away with it in terms of winning that foul, because that is really lots and lots of pressure on the Wales players early on in this second half. Northern Ireland have come out with a real intent to press high, win the ball. Wales can't get out. They really can't get out. They need to get in behind, and Northern Ireland are playing quite deep, so they're condensing all the space so that we need Bale and Ramsey to get in behind the Northern Ireland defence.
Not seen Bale in the second half yet. It's 5 minutes old, still 0-0. Here is Bale, but he's dispossessed quite comfortably by Northern Ireland. Long and downfield. This is for Lafferty to chase, but it bounces out of play, and he actually kicks it into the crowd. Caroline Barker is down there for 5 Live behind the Wales goal.
Northern Ireland fans living, breathing every moment of this, John Murray. And Michael O'Neill, when that chance came in, that free kick, he was urging his team forward, press for the second ball, and that's where Wales aren't getting the joy at the moment. Northern Ireland just closing them in at every opportunity. Northern
Ireland have started the second half well, Caroline. He has a deep cross though from the left hand side that's over everyone. Kyle Lafferty looks there to Norwood, but it was sailed over his head and through for a goal kick, so it's still 0-0. John, when at half time we were saying, you know, if Wales are going to make a change, what's the most likely? Johnny Williams perhaps?
Yeah, maybe Johnny Williams. I think with defending, we're looking down on it. I think that's Hal Robson-Kanu having a word in his ear from the manager Chris Coleman. I think he's taking his top off. Maybe Robson-Kanu for Sam Vokes. I think Wales are defending well. We're reasonably comfortable at the back, but I think it's going forward, it's getting in behind the Northern Ireland defence in that space that is behind, but there's not an awful lot because Northern Ireland are clever, they're playing relatively deep.
Free kick after Joe Allen was bundled over in the centre circle, but it's a classic Michael O'Neill, Northern Ireland battling, dogged underdogs performance so far, and it's Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0. Bright sunshine on just under half the field. Ramsey with a cross, headed by Vokes. He's headed it wide from 12 yards. He escaped the attentions of Cathcart, but he couldn't direct it on target.
That's the one chance you need, Sam Vokes. Great run, gets across Cathcart. Aaron Ramsey picks him out. He's on in between the 6-yard line and the penalty spot. He's 13-14 yards out, free header, and he misses the target, which is the crime. You've got to make the keeper work there.
Well, that's for me. John's absolutely right for me. Craig Cathcart is fast asleep when that ball goes to Aaron Ramsey and he gets it out of his feet. He's got to be switched on. He knows that the gap between Macaulay and himself is about 10-15 yards, and Vokes has made the run. He's stepped back onto Cathcart and then made the run forward, and Cathcart's sleeping, absolutely sleeping, so it's a free header in the box. Totally agree with John. Sam Vokes has to hit the target at least, but you expect him to put that one away, John.
Of course you are, Jerry. That's the one chance he's been waiting for. Very little opportunities in the first half. Great chance, and what a ball in from Aaron Ramsey.
It's a great ball. It's a really good cross from Aaron Ramsey. This is 5 Live. That's Jerry Taggart and John Hartson, who used to play for Northern Ireland and Wales. And next time the ball's out of play, Hal Robson-Kanu will be coming on. For Vokes, you would think?
I would think so, yeah. Straight swap. And what you get with Robson-Kanu is Vokes has done well. He's worked really hard. He'll be desperate, in terms of he'll be devastated to miss that chance. Great opportunity for the guy who's strong in the air. Very good head of the ball is Sam Vokes. So like for like, but Hal Robson-Kanu has a bit more legs, has that little bit more pace in behind. So that's what obviously Wales is looking to do. They're looking to stretch Northern Ireland defence, who've not really been stretched at all so far in this game.
And it is. Up goes the board. Sam Vokes, number 18. So on comes number 9, Hal Robson-Kanu, who memorably scored the winning goal. Now that was a scuff, but no one in the Principality gave a stuff when it ended up in the back of the Slovak net.
It's the best sclaff I've ever seen, John.
Yes. So Hal Robson-Kanu is on up front, and that is the first change that either manager has made, Chris Coleman or Michael O'Neill. 0-0. Ramsey just clearing the ball away. It's headed forward for Lafferty, who's done well again. He's beaten Davis this time, but Taylor came across. Oh, but that's a slack pass from Taylor. He's given it away to Dallas. And now Norwood is going to try a shot which bounces for Hennessy to quite calmly take as he went down onto his knees to his right.
These are the positions, John, where I'd like to see Northern Ireland try and build a little bit better. If you look at the Wales back line, they're so deep at times. Oliver Norwood's got 10 to 15 yards there before he's been shut down. I think he can pick another pass there, get it back, and then maybe go and have a go at goal.
Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0 in the second of the last 16 matches at Euro 2016, with Poland already through to play either Croatia or Portugal. The winners of this, Wales, Northern Ireland, they'll play either Hungary or Belgium on Friday night, 8 o'clock. And it is Northern Ireland. Long ball forward towards Lafferty, but Chester wins that in the air before Lafferty arrived on the scene. Ramsey and Bale in the centre circle. This is for Wales, red shirts. Ramsey, then back to Ben Davies again. Ramsey makes himself available. Ledley, simple passing from Wales, but effective.
Switch it.
Ramsey does go for that crossfield pass to the right hand side to Gunter. Gunter chests it down in the Northern Ireland left back position. Bale is there, available. Bale now, on his left foot. He actually overran it, was caught by Norwood, and Norwood came in as Bale just poked it away, and it is a free kick.
Yeah, it switched from one side of the pitch to the other, from Aaron Ramsey right the way over. I was saying Gunter needs to give us width. He does exactly that, plays it inside to Gareth Bale, who runs at the Northern Ireland defenders, and he's just clipped. What are we, 25 yards out? Perfect angle for Gareth Bale to let one of his famous free kicks off you.
Well, Bale scored with the free kicks against Slovakia and against England. This is a good deal closer than the one that beat Joe Hart, but it's right of centre. It's just right of centre, in the sunshine actually. The shade is about 3 yards to his left. He's having a look at it with his left foot. So big moment here. Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0, and Gareth Bale with a chance here. 4-5 strides back, 1 stride to his right. Bale stands, pigeons flying high above his head. Bale now up to the ball, left-footed shot, saved by McGovern. Leaping to his left, he got a good sight on it, we could see it bending. Bale then says there should have been a handball given Wales' way. It wasn't. It's passed up towards Ward, who's inside the Wales half and is crowded out. He's fouled actually, and it's a free kick forward and left of the centre circle, and Neil Taylor's yellow carded for that.
Jerry, what a save from young Michael McGovern. That is a goalkeeper who's done his prep, who's done his homework, knows exactly where Gareth Bale's going to put that ball. It's hit over the wall with dip, with precision, and Michael McGovern is in the perfect spot, not 10 yards across to his right hand side like Joe Hart was, England's number 1. McGovern's in the right place, and it's a brilliant save from young Michael McGovern.
It's almost as if he's saying, go on Gareth, I want you to stick it right there because I've got that covered. It doesn't look like he has, but like you say, he knows exactly where it's going. He's done his homework.
Norwood with a free kick for Northern Ireland. Dallas then heads it across, and it's headed behind for a Northern Ireland corner from the right hand side. But at the other end, that is McGovern's first save.
Yeah, very, very true. And you know, Wales may or may not gain some confidence from that, but it is, at the end of the day, it's a dead ball from Gareth Bale. We all know what he's about with that. We've seen the technique working. Michael McGovern equal to it.
Again, this feels like a match where the first goal is so important. Corner, Norwood takes it, Hennessy comes, then went back, and Dallas leaping for it, came off the top of his head, and he just glanced it out for a throw-in on the far side of the field. It is still 0-0. BBC 5 Live watching what is an increasingly gripping and tense encounter, John.
It is tense, it's end to end. Got Michael McGovern at one end making a great save from Gareth Bale. Got Hennessy in goals for Wales, a little bit sort of coming for the ball, sort of in between two minds really, came for the ball, didn't hesitate. And again we've got Northern Ireland in possession in Wales's final third.
It's not a brilliant match. It's not a display of fantastic talent in terms of the flowing football, but it is, you can't take your eyes off it. And we're going to see another change very shortly. But Northern Ireland on the attack down the left-hand side, and it's blocked behind for a corner to Northern Ireland. It's Johnny Williams who's going to come on. I can see the top of his blonde hair just in front of the dugout. Ocean Roberts talking to him, so we will see Johnny Williams as well.
I think what Johnny will give you, John, is that he'll get Wales up the pitch. He travels with the ball. He's capable of winning the foul in Northern Ireland's half, and he's lively, good touch, and he will look to run at the Northern Ireland defence.
Northern Ireland set piece. Norwood whips it in, but with too much on it, way beyond everyone, and Dallas, who was trying to reach it, and it actually goes out straight over everyone for a goal kick on the far side of the goal.
Well, they're the sort of balls, John, I would reckon myself and John Hartson would thrive on. Plenty of pace, plenty of whip on it, but there's no one making that run to the far post. Nothing wrong with that ball in my eyes, just no one making that penetrating run outside the back post of the Wales 18-yard box. Harmlessly goes out.
Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0. First ever match between two of our home nations in the knockout stages of a major tournament. And a throw-in. Bale takes it to Ramsey. Ramsey now moving infield. Davis closes him down, so Ramsey just knocks it off to Allen of Liverpool, then back to Ramsey of Arsenal. Ramsey forced back towards the centre circle. Excellent work from Johnny Evans, who's gone there with Ramsey all the way to the centre circle. Ramsey though takes it on, then whips over an angled cross that Bale just keeps in on the left hand side. Bale now crossing with the outside of his left boot, took a deflection, headed away by Evans, will come out to Ramsey. Brilliant control from Ramsey. The shot though was blocked by, I think it was Dallas in front of him, and Northern Ireland have been able to clear it away. But what a touch from Ramsey that was. Not so from Davis, who just hits the ball forward for a goal kick, and we'll see Johnny Williams coming on now, I think, just doing his bootlaces. Yes, here he comes. Little figure, a jaunty, perky little walk that he's got. Johnny Williams, Crystal Palace man, is on loan at Nottingham Forest and MK Dons this season, and here he comes, and he's going to replace Ledley, which is again a predictable change.
Yeah, well, Joe's done exceptionally well to make the tournament, and he's played his part up to now. You know what you get from Joe Ledley. He's got vast experience, played a lot of Premier League football with Crystal Palace, played a lot of European football with Celtic, and you know what you get from Joe Ledley. But maybe he tired a little bit, and that sort of injury which he worked tirelessly to come back from, that leg break only 3 months ago. A remarkable recovery from Joe Ledley.
So he's off, and Johnny Williams is on to win his 15th cap. Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0, here on 5 Live. Incidentally, the Challenge Cup quarter-final between Wigan and Castleford is over on 5 Live Sports Extra now, if you want to listen to that. Football Social will follow as long as this game is over in the scheduled and regulation 90 minutes. So you can call to speak to John Hartson, Jerry Taggart and Robbie Savage, who will join us from the TV commentary. 0500 909 693, text on 85058. The lines are open now. Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0. And here is Davis, who receives it in the centre circle as a cloud obviously just goes across the sun, and we're in shade now inside the huge bowl of the Parc des Princes, with all of the Euro 2016 dressing around the sides of the pitch, the central levels, and indeed the roof, the very distinctive concrete struts of the roof that we can see from where we sit here. The ball out of play for a throw-in to Northern Ireland on the far side of the field. So Chris Coleman has made 2 changes. No changes in the offing for Northern Ireland, Jerry.
Yeah, still looking pretty comfortable, John. Just as you would think when you're playing with one centre forward against 3 centre halves. Not a lot of creativity in the final third, but the build-up play is still good. They look nice and comfortable with the ball. They're getting a fair share of possession in midfield. And it's just all about what they do when they get into this final third.
Here's Lafferty on the left wing. 2 Wales defenders with it. Lafferty turns to his left, crosses, left-footed.
John, it's not been a good spectacle, as it, Jerry. It's really not. You looked at the game and all the hype that we give it, and we had a feeling they might cancel each other out. The goalkeeper Michael McGovern has just made a really good save. Hennessy's not had a lot to do. A save from Dallas in the first half. But this is where now, John, you're looking for your big players. You're looking for an individual now to produce that little bit of magic that wins the game for either team.
Well, here's Davis, the Northern Ireland captain, back to the left-hand side. The cross though is poor. Over everyone from Dallas on the left-hand side and through for a goal kick with 25 minutes to go, just a little more than that. And if it's still all level then, it would be extra time, possibly penalties. Yes, I imagine they'll be watching this all around Europe on the televisions and the bars of, I don't know, everywhere from Georgia to St. Petersburg, and probably thinking, well, this isn't much of a game. But if you're from Wales or Northern Ireland, you're absolutely glued to this, because the stakes are so high. Both of them playing in the European Championship for the very first time here in France, and one of them will get through to the quarter-final. Which one, we know not. And it is a throw-in for Northern Ireland that Cathcart is going to take, right down in front of us. Craig Cathcart, the Watford central defender. If it goes towards Ward, Northern Ireland claiming he was blocked by Williams, but Martin Atkinson, the referee, I think got that absolutely right. And so Wales with Ramsey. Now to Chester, then Ramsey, who's furthest back of the Wales outfield players.
That's where you want him, John.
He's not going to do you too much damage back there, you wouldn't think. Here he is though now, Ramsey again in possession, just crossing the halfway line. Aaron Ramsey looking for the pass for Gunter down the right hand side. Good run from Gunter, will cross it. Here it is to the near post. Robson-Kanu is beaten in the air though. Johnny Williams with a header. That's headed away though by Aaron Hughes. Only out to Ramsey again though. There is danger here. Ramsey, Joe Allen runs his foot over the ball. Johnny Williams now getting involved in the game for the first time. Williams now on a weaving run. Still Williams to the edge of the penalty area, then trips over his own feet on the edge of the box, and Northern Ireland can clear it. Back to Ramsey again though. Suddenly just sense that Wales have stepped it up. Now Ben Davies, little touch to Bale. Oh, he's caught late there by Davies. Well, Ben Davies could have taken that on, but referee Atkinson has brought it back, and he's going to book Stephen Davies as well. Yeah, it's a fair booking, to be fair. Again, Gareth Bale, you think you've got him covered. The next thing, he just sticks out that big toe and he's gone.
And the easier thing, sitting here 50 metres away from actually pitch side, it's easy for us to say, Steve Davies, you shouldn't be diving in there, but you know what, you go and stand there pitch side, it looks a different game. And as you said, Jerry, Bale is clever at that, sucking people in and then just getting a touch. I thought Martin Atkinson perhaps could have let the play go there a little. He didn't though. Ramsey with a free kick, looking for Bale on the edge of the D, but it was cleared away by a combination of Davis and Norwood. Throw in for Wales, right down in front of us on the left hand side, the Wales left, as they play from right to left. Williams goes away from Ward. Williams clips it in, looking for Ashley Williams, his namesake, but Johnny Evans was there with the header. And now Dallas, chased by Ashley Williams, who puts in the challenge on Dallas, and the ball bounces out of play for a Northern Ireland throw, even though Dallas was throwing himself at the ball as it was rolling over the white line. That's great work though from Ashley Williams. Great free kick. Free kick's been good. Is it? Or no, it is. No, it's a throw into Northern Ireland, but Ashley Williams sprinting back, energy levels fantastic. Northern Ireland change, Jerry. Yeah. It's going to be Connor Washington coming on.
Yeah, I think, again, I'm looking at Kyle. Balls are coming into the box and he's just standing still in the box. Hal Robson-Kanu, as soon as he has come on, he's starting to make runs, he's starting to stretch the play, and that's what Kyle isn't doing. Whether or not he takes him off is a different matter. He's not.
It's Jamie Ward who's coming off, and
it's a positive change anyway.
Yeah,
that's going 2 up surely.
So on he comes then, Connor Washington, his 8th cap, scored a couple of goals in the build-up to the tournament. 2 goals in his first 3 appearances for Northern Ireland in the friendlies. And on he comes, famously worked as a postman. Just 4 years ago, he was playing in the 9th tier with St Ives. And here he is now, playing in this wonderful venue, the Parc des Princes.
And gone straight up top for Northern Ireland, John, and stood right next to Ashley Williams.
I think they've gone to a 4-4-2.
So Washington on for Ward, and it's still 0-0. And Hennessy coming out of his 6-yard box to gather the ball and underarming it out to Davis to run forward with the ball and then play a left-footed pass over the top for Robson-Kanu, but that's headed down by Cathcart. Cleared away by Hughes, but only to Ramsey. Ramsey now is going to shoot from distance. It was blocked almost at source, and Northern Ireland back in possession. And Davis's long pass, that's asking a lot of Lafferty. Hennessy was out of his penalty area, almost waiting for it, and volleys it away downfield. Chester to Allen, just got a touch on that as Dallas arrived on the scene. A lovely touch too to Gunter, and Gunter now away down the right wing, looking for a return pass from Robson Kanu, but he was well watched there by Macaulay, and the ball now back into the Northern Ireland 6-yard box, where McGovern has actually passed it straight out of play for a throw on the right.
Didn't want it, Jerry, did he? I think Johnny Evans could have done a lot more. He could have turned himself and actually kicked it up to the pitch when he knows there's legs up there, and certainly Washington who's just come on.
Yeah, just caused themselves a lot of undue pressure there, John, by playing that ball.
20 minutes to go. It's still 0-0 on 5 Live here in Paris. Johnny Williams is being hassled all the way by Steve Davis. Williams now arrives on the right hand side. Excellent challenge from Johnny Evans to dispossess Williams. And so Northern Ireland with Norwood. Norwood looks up, goes for the long pass down the left hand side. Lafferty gets his head down, chases after it. Lafferty up against Chester, very nearly got the better of him, but Chester in the end came out with the ball. And now Ramsey, raking pass, looking for Bale. Bale though won't reach that. It's beaten him and it's through for a goal kick.
Usain Bolt wouldn't have reached that. I'll tell you what,
Bale's quicker than Bolt.
I mean, for about 2 seconds there, I thought he was getting it. I started to panic, I'm telling you, but thankfully it's gone out for a goal kick. But again, good stuff from both teams here, trying to stretch the game. Kyle Lafferty can't get a hold of the ball, try and bring somebody else, but he's that desperate to do well. You can just see on him, and when he just falls a little bit short, so frustrating for him.
Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0. Yeah, Bale there was like a fielder heading to the boundary, wasn't it? Where he was thinking, can I get it? I can't get it.
We were all surprised that he didn't get it, actually. There was a little bit too much weight on the ball from Aaron Ramsey.
It's John Hartson, Jerry Taggart. Delighted to have the two of you here with me for commentary on Wales, Northern Ireland. Still 0-0 in the last 16 of the tournament here. Wales, the group winners, Northern Ireland as the last of the best third-placed teams, the last of the Mohicans. And here is Bale on the halfway line with his hair like a bobbing ponytail. Davis, and now it's back towards Hennessy, the goalkeeper, heading towards the last 15 minutes of the match. Here is Allen, and now Chester, and then it's back to Ashley Williams in a central position. Still really very few chances have been created in this game, as Williams felt challenged there by Corey Evans. Now Ramsey goes for a long pass, but unusually for him that will drift straight through into the gloves of McGovern.
Yeah, right idea though, is Chrissy Gunter. There's just trying to time his run, trying to stay onside. Aaron Ramsey looking for that diagonal ball in behind Johnny Evans, and it's just overhit that time. But a really good idea, really good from Chris Gunter, giving Ramsey that option.
I'm saying we've had 4 goal-scoring opportunities. The Dallas shot that was saved, the Ward effort that was tipped over, that might actually have been going over the top in any case, and then for Wales, the Volks header, which was a good chance.
Probably best chance of the game, that for me.
And the Bale free kick that McGovern watched well and made a good save. Wales did have the ball in the net in the first half, but clearly from an offside position. So Wales 0, Northern Ireland 0. What's your view like down behind the goal, Caroline Barker?
Well, I thought for a moment maybe the fears of the Northern Ireland fans were getting to them as they quietened down. As you can hear in the background, they're back up on their feet. Comedians everywhere. Ball went off into the crowd. The fans hung onto it and replaced it with a giant inflatable one, which was
Bale's off on a run down the left-hand side. Bale still going, and then his cross is blocked. Sorry, Caroline, I thought we might be about to see something special from Gareth Bale there, but Cathcart came across. It's out of play for a throw-in. Bale will take it near the corner flag. Back to Johnny Williams. Williams now back onto his left foot, but all right foot as he gives it back to Bale, who's got a little bit of space here. Whips over the cross. It's bounced, gone a long way. Dallas heads it away on the edge of the penalty area. And in fact, Johnny Williams is back there. He's brought some energy to the Wales team, Johnny Williams. Now Ramsey, low ball to the edge of the area. Robson Kanu is there. Robson Kanu back to Ramsey. Oh, just a poor touch. Recovered though. Gives it to Bale. Bale, low cross. Oh, it's an own goal! Gareth Macaulay has steered it into his own net. Wales have the lead. That could be it. That might be enough to see Wales into the quarter quarter-finals, you have to feel low for Northern Ireland and Gareth McCauley. It's an own goal, and it's Wales 1, Northern Ireland 0.
There's Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey that work it down this left-hand side. Gareth Bale, as you know, he gets one shot at crossing the ball, and he whips it into an area. McCauley has to try and make a challenge, and unfortunately for him, he's got Hal Robson-Kanu behind him looking to tap it in, and it comes off McCauley's studs into his own net. Really difficult ball for McCauley to deal with, but as I said, he has to make a challenge, he has to make an effort to clear the ball, otherwise Kanu taps it in, and it's an own goal from McCauley. Wales 1 up.
Well, ever since Gareth Bale has pulled himself out onto this left-hand side, he's come more into the game. You know, he's isolated himself the last 2 or 3 times against Aaron Hughes, and this time he's been given time and space to play that ball, and it's an absolute fantastic ball in between the goalkeeper and the 6-yard box and the back line. Hal Robson-Kanu's put McCauley under pressure. Unfortunately for Gareth McCauley, he's had to make that challenge, as John says. Unfortunately, it's gone in the back of the net, but Wales have been asking the question the last 5 or 10 minutes, I've got to say that.
Now the red shirts of Wales are going for the jugular here. It's Johnny Williams down the left-hand side, but he went down a blind alley there, and he's turned and he's given it back to Neil Taylor. So Gareth McCauley, poor Gareth McCauley, but as John Hartson and Jerry Taggart have said, it was a brilliant ball from Bale, right in across what you might call the corridor there. It was whipped, and McCauley on the stretch had Robson-Kanu with him, and with a stretching right foot, once he got contact, it was going nowhere other than into his own net.
Yeah, it really was, John, and it's a wonderful ball in from Gareth Bale. He can do that when he gets space on his left foot. He can drive them balls across. And as I said, I feel sorry for McCauley, but he has to try and make an attempt, because Hal Robson-Kanu was literally on his shoulder waiting to tap the ball in. So no blame, I'm sure there'll be no blame, Jerry, towards McCauley.
We are going to see Northern Ireland's Niall McGinn coming on as a substitute. He scored the goal, didn't he, that clinched the win against Ukraine.
He has to throw caution to the wind, John, sooner or later. You know, it's all or nothing now for Northern Ireland. There's no point sitting back and waiting to see what happens in the next 5-10 minutes. It's all or nothing. Let's make the changes. Let's get the players on the pitch. Let's give this one final last big massive push.
Might be a double change, actually. I can just see through the back of the dugout that there is another player just preparing himself down there. Yes, it's Paddy McNair who is going to come on. So McGinn and McNair are going to come on as the second and third Northern Ireland substitutes. Wales winning. Wales are winning 1-0. The McCauley own goal. So it is going to be Wales in Lille on Friday night in the quarter-final, unless Northern Ireland can score. And here we now, I think, are going to see those 2 changes from Michael O'Neill. Just waiting for the 4th official with the board, which is very frustrating. And McGinn is waiting, and Northern Ireland want to make this change, but the 4th official is actually the German referee, Felix Brick, has finally sorted out his numbers, and it's Norwood who's going to be the first player to be replaced by McGinn, and it's just going to be 1 change for the time being, Jerry.
Yeah, I think they're going, I don't know, taking Norwood off, McGinn's gone on the right. Could be a little bit of a change of formation. They're all having a little chat amongst themselves here. No, I think they've stayed with, gone to a 4-4-2 by the looks of it, the way they're lined up with McGinn on the right here.
Yeah, so McGinn, 45th cap for him. Northern Ireland must score in the next 10 minutes plus added time. Otherwise, Wales will be in the quarter-finals of Euro 2016. It's getting very close. The goal scored in the 75th minute. Ball up to Lafferty, he's fouled by Taylor. Taylor, who's on a yellow card, but it was no more than just a free kick, this one. Free kick that Davis will take. So up goes McCauley. How often in matches do we see players who score own goals then go down the other end and score at the right end? Michael O'Neill's just come across in his blue suit with some instructions for his captain Stephen Davis. He's going to take this free kick just in front of where the technical area is. Davis raises his left arm. Here it is. He arrows it in towards the far post. It's gone a long way to McGinn. Oh, the whistle's gone as McGinn drives it across, and it's deflected behind in any case. So Wales 1, Northern Ireland 0.
Referee seen a foul in the Wales box, I think, again.
Let's go down behind that goal again to Caroline Barker.
I don't know whether it's an effort to try and get the Northern Ireland fans going as if they need an excuse, but Will Grigg is warming up in front of them. They're also getting the riposte back into the Wales fans of please don't take me home as well. They still believe in their side that they can roar them on and get that equaliser.
Yes, please don't take me home. It's actually a song that's been sung by all of the supporters here. I have half a feeling the Albanians were singing it the other night. I might have been wrong. Here's Ramsey forward towards the edge of the area where it's cleared away. 1-0 to Wales. McGinn in field, and Washington dispossessed. Oh, and then Williams in a crunching collision with Johnny Williams. The two Welsh players have collided. Northern Ireland Martin Atkinson had to stop the play there because Ashley Williams was looking to follow up and hit the ball downfield, and Williams, the two Williamses, a really horrible collision between them.
Yeah, Johnny Williams looks in trouble here. Ashley Williams fully committed, looking to put his foot right through the ball. I thought it was going to be more of a 50-50 between Ashley Williams and I can't quite
recall. There was a Northern Ireland player.
Corey Evans.
But Johnny Williams has got in the way, and he's all right. He's moving, he's rolling, which is a good sign, and he's sitting up now. But Ashley Williams fully committed there. He knew that was a challenge that he was going to win. Just seen it again there. Oh, and it's two bodies come together.
Well, the good thing about
Johnny Williams giving away about 4 stone there, by the way.
He was. The good thing about that replay is that it shows that heads weren't involved. As far as I can see, it was upper body as Williams, the two Williamses and Corey Evans to a lesser extent came together, and it was very close to the centre circle. So they're both still down receiving treatment, but I have a feeling perhaps Johnny Williams may be only winded.
Yes, hopefully, and Ash as well. You know, Ash is he's still on his laying on his back.
I think Ashley Williams might be concerned about his left shoulder. You know,
he's setting up though. Both players are setting up, which is a good sign.
Wales 1, Northern Ireland 0, and the Northern Ireland supporters, just while the two players are receiving treatment, Johnny Williams is on his feet now, but Ashley Williams still on his back. The Northern Ireland supporters are carrying on their songs and doing what they can to see if they can do the 13th man job to try and produce a Northern Ireland equaliser. And the stretcher is coming on now. Yeah. So let's go down to Caroline Barker.
I'd be amazed if Ash gets on this stretcher.
Ashley Williams back up on his feet, but you're right,
I'd be amazed.
Not like
Ash. If he gets on this stretcher, he is hurt. Because I've never seen Ashley Williams shirk anything, and as you can see, he's on his feet and there's a stretcher there for him. I'd be amazed if he gets on that stretcher unless he's made to get on it.
Caroline?
Yeah, we've just seen him get back up to his feet. When the play was still going on around him, he tried to get up, but it just seemed like he was battling under the pressure of his shoulder as well. But such is the measure of the man, as you'll know well, John Hartson. He wanted to try and get to his feet, but
absolutely.
just couldn't.
And he's just gone like that, brushed the stretcher away. I'm not getting on that.
He's waved it away imperiously, and he's okay, which is great news for Wales, because if they are indeed going to go through, they certainly need Ashley Williams. And the change, well, it's Gareth McCauley, the man who agonisingly, Gareth McCauley, an absolute trooper for Northern Ireland, 36 years old now. That might be the end. That might be the end of his one and only tournament experience, Jerry. That.
Yeah, I'm a bit miffed how he's been taken off. I'll be honest with you, but there you go. Michael's made the decision. He's obviously gone to 3 now. They're going to match Wales, 3 centre halves, and just have 3. Well, actually, they're going 3-2. 2-3. They're doing 3 up front with the 2 wing backs and just 2 holding midfielders.
And it's Josh McGuinness of Kilmarnock who's come on as the left side of that front 3. So Washington, Lafferty and McGuinness the front three to try and conjure up this equaliser, but time's running out, only 6 minutes left.
I think Chris Coleman's substitutions have been bang on. I have to say, I think they've been game changers. Johnny Williams for Joe Ledley, Hal Robinson-Canu for Vokes. They've given Wales that out ball. They've gone in behind. You know, Williams has looked to run at the Northern Ireland defence, won a few free kicks, and I just think he's given the whole Welsh team a lift since he's come on. So has Hal Robinson-Canu, and that for me has been the one change in turning around this game for Wales, Jerry, in their favour in the last 10-15 minutes.
I totally agree with you, John. You know, Johnny Williams for me has been an absolute live wire. What Hal Robinson-Canu is, he's made the runs when the balls have been in the wide positions. He's been making the runs across the face of the Northern Ireland back four, causing problems with those runs. But Johnny Williams, technically very, very good, very lively, and just causing problems by being sharp and being a bit of a nuisance when he's got the ball at his feet.
The score is Wales 1, Northern Ireland 0, and we're into the last 5 minutes now. But John Hartson, just look at Ashley Williams, if you will.
I'm
you see his left arm, he is holding down by his body, and he's got a big problem with his left arm.
In.
Ball's over the top for Robson-Kanu. Out comes McGovern. Robson-Kanu got his head to the ball, and McGovern did well there, actually, not to collide with Robson-Kanu. And Ashley Williams has sat down, and he has a problem.
He's going to have to be taken off, I think, John, for his own good, because he's holding his arm in an angle where you would, if you had a sling there. Obviously, he's not got a sling on, but I just think, you know, he's the skipper, he's a leader. All right, Ash, we know you got a big heart, we know you're brave as a lion, but come on, for your own safety, maybe get something in there. Think maybe of next week. I know there's still a bit of time to go in the game, but if Wales can get through these next 6 or 7 minutes, he's huge, he's integral in terms of this team.
Williams is not leaving the field.
James Collins coming on, West Ham.
Oh, here he comes. Yeah. So James Collins. Well, Williams is saying he doesn't want to leave the field.
He might have to. Chris Coleman might just have to step in here.
Well, Chris Coleman is pointing at him, talking to him. No change yet. Wales don't want this to be costly, as Williams is putting in a challenge, which is successful. And Johnny Williams then takes it up and is hacked down by Lafferty, and it's a free kick for Wales. And James Collins has gone and sat down. So Ashley Williams has got that problem, but he is going to play on with his injured left arm. Wales 1, Northern Ireland 0. We are taking your calls for the Football Social on 0500 909 693. Get in touch at 5 Live Sport. And if Wales get through this, how far can they go? That will be a pertinent question for John Hartson, Robbie Savage, and also Jerry Taggart will have.
No.
Or what? Bale?
Looked
in the challenge?
It looked as if he'd come down on
No, I
his
think
ankle.
it's his boot just come off. I think he's okay. So 1-0 with 2.5 minutes plus added time to go. 2.5 minutes plus added time to go. Bale is blocked there. It's a free kick to Wales, 10 yards inside the Northern Ireland half. Jerry?
Northern Ireland got so many good opportunities, giving the ball away so sloppily, especially in the Welsh half of the pitch, and then Wales are hitting us on the break, and then we're giving away sloppy free kicks. It's so frustrating watching here, you know.
It's just allowing, by Northern Ireland giving these little niggly free kicks away, Jerry, it's just allowing Wales just to waste that extra 5-10 seconds. Just be streetwise now, isn't it? See the game out.
Exactly, and that's what's so frustrating for me watching it. You know, you're giving the silly free kicks. You know what Wales are going to do? They're going to play on the time that they have.
Jerry, I can feel your exasperation. Here's Robson-Kanu on the right-hand side. Ashley Williams could be clearly seen saying that he's fine and he's able to carry on. That's what he was saying. He doesn't look fine.
Well, to his credit, it's brilliant. All right, to his credit, it's brilliant. But there's a danger where it could be last minute. Kyle Lafferty's going up with Ashley Williams in the air. He leans on that shoulder, and all of a sudden, Ireland are back in it. So sometimes Ashley's bravery is, fantastic. I admire him for it. That's what I think maybe Chris Coleman should have stepped in there, made the decision and took him off.
Wales winning 1-0. Jerry.
Sorry.
So here's a long ball to the edge of the area. Davis is there to head it away. Then Stephen Davis. Back to Lafferty. Flicked it. Stephen Davis. Edge of the penalty area, but he had his back to goal. He was off balance. The ball ran away from him and it was cleared away. Here come Northern Ireland again, though, on the left-hand side. It is with Dallas. Dallas taking on Gunter, who blocks it out for a throw on the left.
Good
Jerry.
defending from Gunter. Good defending. Show him down the line. Don't let him come inside.
Yeah, it was good build-up play from Northern Ireland, just the final ball. That's a little bit better though. Now we've got to capitalise on this pressure in the Welsh, in and around the Welsh 18-yard box. Capitalise on what we've got now, boys.
McGuinness with a long throw. He's right up against the hoarding. Here it is now, and it is a long throw. Hennessy comes and he makes the
when you want
catch.
your keeper to come. Good hands from Hennessy, 6'7". You got to come there, and he did. Well done.
Land of my fathers. We used to hear that many years ago in the Parc des Princes when Gareth Edwards and Phil Bennett
And Barry John.
and Barry John
and
used to come here.
JPR Williams.
They used to come here. It's like all our yesterdays for Wales. As Ramsey plays the ball all the way back, and we've got the fourth official shows that there are 4 minutes of added time. Thought it might be a little bit more than that with the stoppages.
I can't believe that. I'll be honest with you. I don't know where he's got 4 minutes from.
And now Dallas has lost possession, and Robson Kanu is taking it through the middle. Second goal now would win it for Wales, certainly. Johnny Evans actually has come across and just clipped his heels. It's Corey Evans actually, and it's a free kick forward of the centre circle, and Wales will take as long as they can over this free kick.
Yeah, again, giving away these silly little free kicks. I know it's frustrating for the players, but you've got to give Robson Kanu credit there. As soon as he gets the ball, the first thing he's looking to do is run at the Northern Ireland defence. He stretches his legs. Corey Evans just can't get back. But let him run. Don't give away a free kick. Let him go and let him have a shot. You know, we might as well get beat 3 than whimper out on 1-0. We need the ball in the Wales 18-yard box, not Wales having free kicks 40 yards out taking their time.
Wales 3 minutes away from joining Poland in the last 8 of Euro 2016. Commentary to come later on Croatia-Portugal. That is live from Lille with Alan Green and Danny Mills. We'll be taking your calls on the Football Social with Kelly Cates here in the Parc des Princes on 0500 909 693. If you're Welsh, we want to hear from you. But what an effort it's been from Northern Ireland too. Wales winning through the own goal that might be enough to see them into the quarter-finals. Not since 1958 have Wales been in a tournament quarter-final. Throw in for Northern Ireland, but a foul by McGuinness, and it's another free kick to Wales halfway inside their own half. And I make it, we've got 2 minutes of added time. Northern Ireland have got to come up with something special here, that they're going to take this to extra time. Hennessy is told by Martin Atkinson to get a move on with this free kick, that he's going to pick up and replace the ball. Don't take me home, the Wales fans are singing. They're not going home. It'll be Northern Ireland. What an effort it's been though from them. Hennessy takes this free kick and gives it to Northern Ireland. He's just pumped it to the opposite goalkeeper McGovern, and McGovern now launches one high down the middle, looking for Lafferty, who has flicked it on, and it's bounced here for Davis. Davis to the right hand side to McGinn. Packed penalty area, lots of Northern Ireland shirts in there. McGinn with a cross, it's blocked by a sliding Taylor. Out of play for a throw. Just over a minute to go. Northern Ireland throwing caution to the wind. It's going to be another long throw for McGuinness. It's at the Northern Ireland supporters' end of the ground. Up they all come. Johnny Evans is there. Cathcart as well, packing the 6-yard box. Here's the throw. McGuinness into the 6-yard area. Hennessy comes and gets a good punch on it. An uppercut. Right fist out of the box. Ramsey's chasing it, and he fouls Davis, and we're going to have a free kick later on for Northern Ireland, Jerry.
Yeah, yellow card from Aaron Ramsey, kicking the ball away. Referee, add that onto your watch. Don't let him get away with that.
I'm sure he will, Jerry. We're in the last minute now, the last minute of added time. Well, if Northern Ireland score now, there's going to be mayhem in amongst the green and white army. And here comes Davis to take the free kick. Allen heads it away, but McGinn's picked it up on the left-hand side for Northern Ireland. McGinn, left-footed cross, took a deflection behind for a corner. Another set piece from the left. Northern Ireland going to take it with McGinn, who's got the ball quickly and puts it in the quadrant. And now the goalkeeper's coming up. The hero of Parc des Princes the other night. McGovern is there. Here it is. It's headed away by Gareth Bale. Martin Atkinson looks at his watch. And he blows the whistle. And Wales have won it. Wales are in the quarter-finals. And brave Northern Ireland bow out. and their players hit the turf. An enormous effort from Michael O'Neill's team, and Chris Coleman goes across and hugs Michael O'Neill. They've edged it, Wales. They've edged it. That's all they've done, but that's all they needed to do. The Macaulay own goal sends Wales through into their first tournament quarter-final since 1958. What an achievement, John Hartson.
John, you're right. Wales edged it. The two second-half substitutions for me, bringing on Johnny Williams and Hal Robson-Kanu, give us a little bit of fresh impetus, give us an out ball, give us a bit more spacing behind to run into. Northern Ireland, by the way, started the second half. First 10-15 minutes, the better team. And as you said, John, it took a deflected own goal from Macaulay to separate the two teams. Credit to Northern Ireland, they gave everything. Wales just edged it, and for me it was because of them two substitutions in the second half.
Gerry Taggart, very little in the match.
Yeah, very much so. I can't fault the effort of the players. Michael O'Neill's got his tactics spot on yet again. Just for me, that lack of cutting edge up front, even when we were bombing the balls into the box, you didn't really think anybody was going to come up with the goods and get us one, and that's the only disappointment for me. But other than that, I thought we were a better team. I'm not saying we controlled possession, we didn't, but we stopped Wales doing what they do best, and in the second half we've seen a lot more of the ball than we did in the first. I agree with John, the two substitutions made all the difference, especially Johnny Williams for me. Gareth Bale pulling out onto the left enabled him to get himself into the game a little bit more, because he was nowhere up until then. And you've got to say his ball, his delivery into that corridor of uncertainty, shall we say, John, was an absolutely fantastic pass, and it culminated in Gareth Macaulay sticking the ball into his own net. But what a game. Not the result I wanted, the result John wanted, but what a spectacle for British football.
So this remarkable Northern Ireland European Championship story, when they started off as 5th seeds in their group, has ended here in the Parc des Princes in the last 16 of the tournament. But Wales, you can't fault their tournament record. When they get there, they get to the quarter-finals. And this time, unlike 1958, they won't have Pelé to play when they get through to that stage of the competition.
No, they'll have Belgium, and bring on Belgium. We beat them in the qualifiers, we drew in Belgium, we took 4 points off them. We don't fear Belgium. They're a good side, they have good players, they're getting better as the tournament's going on for me, Belgium. But as you say, we will take the 2 games against them in the qualifiers, and we will take that into the game next week, the quarter-final of the European Championship. Come on, Wales!
Yes, and if anyone's listening from Hungary, of course, it might yet be them as well. But Caroline Barker is down behind the goal where the Northern Ireland players are.